And we're back. It is the last Doctales with Cocktails of the season, of the year of 2023 with your BS free duo. I wanted to say three, but because it would rhyme. Tim and May Hindmarsh. Welcome, everybody. I wanted to wear my Santa hat, but I forgot it. But here we are.
Well, it's Santa has left the building, just like Elvis.
Santa is always in my heart.
I'm hoping Santa had less exposure to narcotics and prescription drugs than Elvis, but you never know.
Well, we have some fun for you tonight. We're going to share a little Christmas gift we got and play a little game, as well as do some, it's not truth or dare, it would be truth or fiction. Fact or faux.
Fact or fiction?
Fact or faux sounds much better. So,
well, faux isn't a, no. Faux is
false.
No.
F-A-U-X.
Oh, okay.
In français. En français, s'il vous plaît. All righty. Well, if you're just joining us, perfect timing, because we wanted to remind you and let you know that we've got some great sponsors. And this episode is sponsored by Set for Life Insurance, the ultimate client experience in the insurance industry. If you're looking, or are you looking for the perfect insurance coverage that suits your needs, founded in 1993 by President Jamie K. Fleischner, Set for Life Insurance specializes in individual life, disability, and long-term care insurance. As brokers, they represent numerous companies in the industry, ensuring that their clients get the best products at the most cost-effective rate. What sets Set for Life Insurance apart? You will enjoy special discounts, priority underwriting, handling, and even exceptions in the underwriting process. So, why wait?
Contact Set for Life Insurance today and let them be your insurance partner for life. Visit their website at www.setforlifeinsurance.com or call them toll free at 1-888-553-3559. Yes. Who else, May?
Well,
we have.
Are you looking for alternative investments and tangible assets that help you build and protect your wealth while empowering your financial future? I know I am. Look no further than Eckhart Enterprises.
With over 37 years of experience in the industry, Eckhart Enterprises is your trusted partner in the world of alternative investments and asset management. They have a track record of success with more than 1,300 investors on board and over $700 million in capital invested in tangible assets.
And their specialty lies in offering immediate cash flow opportunities through mineral rights investments, so that you don't have to wait decades to see your investments pay off. Their unique AML approach, born from decades of experience, focuses on aggregating, maturing, and liquidating assets strategically to maximize returns.
Join Eckhart Enterprises. Visit Eckhart, ECKARD, enterprises.com today to begin your journey toward building and protecting your financial future. We interviewed Troy Eckhart a little while back, and that was a really, really interesting interview. I'm like,
I know.
Wow.
I'm like, show me the money so I can invest my money with you. But
to potentially have cash flow investments.
Agreed.
Without having to own a gazillion rentals and kick people out of your houses when they destroy your dishwasher.
Sadly, my scratch it gift that I got from the neighbor only yielded a $10 payout, and that is not quite enough to invest with Troy.
No,
but I'm going to cash it in for more scratchets. So dang it, maybe I will be able to.
All right, what are we talking about today? We have.
Well, wait a minute. I want to hear from the audience, and I want to know what their favorite Christmas gift was. You know,
like ever?
No, this Christmas. Oh. How about you? What would you say?
Liquor.
That would be the right answer. And what kind did you get?
I got let's see. I got the rose grapefruit rosé.
Cocktail of the night, perhaps, in my glass.
Grapefruit rosé That is good. Lord, I'm spacing it. I've
Wow.
drank too much, apparently.
Smirnoff.
No, it was not Smirnoff.
That's not Smirnoff.
No, it's Kettle One.
Oh, it's Kettle One's
Which
grapefruit
is my
and
favorite.
rose. It's not rosé. It's grapefruit and rose essence vodka. They also make a cucumber mint, I believe,
Yes.
and a tangerine something. Anyway,
But the grapefruit rose is, it's a mind blower.
oh, look at Desiree's favorite gift was
Uh.
a BS Free MD Yeti koozie.
Yes, of course it was.
Just to keep.
And then I got some little shot glasses things, which I can't remember because I drank them as soon as I opened my stocking.
Of course, because you know they might spoil.
They might in 50,000 years. And then our new guest that we adopted into our family that May wrote about in today's
Truth serum.
Truth Serum.
His name is R. That's all I'm gonna say.
He
He gifted you
some Maker's Mark
Look at
vodka, or no, I don't know, whiskey, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, I got
The brown liquor.
I also got
and
a
it's delicious.
beverage, a red wine that we will maybe try next week if I can keep it hidden from you. A very special blend. Looking forward to that.
Oh, you got to be a human shield.
I'm going to be a human shield. So, okay. Well, thanks for sharing your alcoholic passions and tastes. I would say my favorite gift was not a thing.
Oh, brother.
I knew it. You're going to go, bullshit. It was having our kids home and their, I'm going to say their significant other, and our son will kill us. And Jake brought a friend who was going to be alone for Christmas because his family is all over the continent and all over the world. Let's just say that. I'll leave it at that. And our daughter brought her boyfriend, but it was the six of us, and it was one of the most fun times ever.
It honestly
really was. I think just
so Jake's buddy that we've met before is just a tremendous, I don't want to say kid because that's kind of whatever, but
it's not a kid. He's in charge of you.
Yes, he is
your safety and well-being and the security of the country.
Right. But learning Russian swear words.
You shouldn't probably be dissing on him.
As
like
terrible
if his
as that may
mama's
sound,
watching. His mama might be watching.
Is literally the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, because he says these words, which doesn't mean anything to me because it's in Russian, and then they're translated into English
as the silliest combination of things.
And it's like if you were on an island for 100,000 years, you would never combine these two things together. And I literally woke up the next morning and I had like cramps in my abdomen, like I had done extra supersets in the gym because I was laughing so hard.
Maybe you need to do some more supersets.
Well, maybe
no,
I do.
You laugh. You guys, all of us were
gosh,
laughing. All of us were laughing.
Breathe.
Really
like
hard.
I needed like an
super
oxygen
fun.
tank. I was laughing so hard. It was awesome.
But we played some amazing games and had some great food, and we got to swim in our pool even through the rainy season here and the cold weather.
It's not the rainy season yet, sister.
The
that
cold season
starts in June.
Okay, well, I'm going to be in for a shock. The cold season. Anyway, it was great fun. And one game that I got, I thought this was going to be your favorite gift because it was a stocking. Because it didn't make noise. It's called Boom Table Topics.
It's called I'm drunk as fuck and I can't hold things.
No, I'm not drunk. It's because it opened sideways and I tried to hold it up to the camera so people could see. And it exploded.
Thank you, Table Topics.
So you take a card from the pile.
No.
And you read it to start a conversation. And it was actually, this one wasn't the crazy funny one. There, we played one that was it's a Trivial Pursuit game that you can play with all the generations. No, you got it wrong. No.
Look.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't fit perfectly. I know.
You didn't pass kindergarten block shape fitting, remember? Don't you remember this?
I do remember kindergarten. And I told you, kindergarten was when
can't put the circle in the square.
Was when
hole.
the unbelievably attractive 30-year-old kindergarten teacher would be tying our scarves around our neck because it was 50 below zero in Saskatoon, and all the little boys would be looking down our shirt. And then people say, gender is a social construct. No, it's not. It's genetic. Because at 5, I had no idea about any sexual anything, but I knew what I liked, and it was Mrs. Stoffer's tits.
You didn't have a guy in your class named. Leave it off. We're going to ask a question.
Okay.
Calm down.
I'm just telling you.
Anyway, so
I'm telling you,
let me
it's not a
finish
social construct when you're 5 years old.
So the one game we played, now I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. I will find. Do you remember?
No.
It's a Trivial Pursuit game, but it's for all generations.
Oh, Mind the Gap.
There you go. And so there's the Gen Z, Gen X, Millennial, and Boomer question pile.
And they don't have the greatest generation in there because they're all dead.
Anyway, let's just say it's fun because if you play in teams with mixed ages, it makes it more fun. If you don't and you stick to your age group, oh boy, we got stuck on slang in the Gen Z.
Gen Z slang.
Oh my god!
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was embarrassing. The kids were laughing so hard. What's this? Before you throw something against the wall, you shout.
Before you throw something at somebody, you say something, and it's yeet.
Yeet. There you go.
What the hell is that?
You sound like idiots. Anyway.
I think Amber was...
She's laughing about Mrs. Stouffer's tits.
Yes, I think so.
There you go.
Or Ms. I can't remember.
You pervert.
Wasn't a pervert. It's just how I was born. I had a male brain. Okay. I had 0 testosterone, and somehow that was still attractive. That was not a cultural thing. That was inbred, inborn. I'm sorry, that's how it works.
Oh, I had picked the perfect card from this game to read first, and now it's gone because we.
So this game, you pick out, and it just says random conversation starting questions, and they're good. It's not like Cards Against Humanity, which is, don't play that with strangers.
Yes. Okay, so let's see. I've read through all of these.
You just have to pick one, and you have to go with it. You have to go with it.
So this is the conversation starter, picking from the middle of the pile. Do you generally date people? Well, I hope you generally don't date people. Let's put that one away. Okay, let's pick another one. Is the, quote, silent treatment a method you use when angry?
Me? I haven't used the silent anything.
Sorry, I was pulled my
in a
earplugs
billion
out.
Years. I haven't used silent anything. No, the answer is no. The answer is you use that if you're angry, which actually
probably doesn't. He probably doesn't notice anything different because I'm quiet anyway.
It's not necessarily that bad.
I'm not.
Because thinking I should use the silent treatment because that would be more productive, and May should use the vocal treatment.
You have occasionally, and that's quite frightening.
No, when I get quiet, like really quiet, that is like literally taking the 2 keys for the nuclear launch codes. And I mean, I remember when I was delivering babies, and the nurses would get super nervous if I wasn't saying anything because they knew I was like in absolute ultra focus
or terror mode.
Yes.
Okay. You asked me a question. Picking from the middle of the bin. All righty. Question is.
Good Lord. What are you a control freak about? It should be, what are you not a control freak about?
Is that what it really said?
Yes.
What am I control freak about? So many things. When you have type 1 Enneagram mixed with a little bit of OCD, and type A personality, it's hard. Yeah. I guess everything. I'm not a control freak about your car stuff. Obviously anything that isn't. But I don't know.
No, but you know what? You're not actually a control freak about much of anything, honestly. You're a control freak in your head about stuff, which is totally different.
I'm my own worst
people that are
critic,
truly
really.
Control freaks actually try to manipulate everyone's environment and drive people crazy. You don't do that. You just drive yourself crazy with the stuff you're trying to control. And that's a
Yeah.
completely different thing. I mean, I think it's helpful to understand that
True.
is that the only people that really person that really cares about trying to control all this is you. And thank goodness you don't, you're gracious enough that you don't extend that to everyone else.
Yeah, I usually let everybody else do them, be them, but if it's in my environment, it's just tough.
One more, and then we're
Okay.
moving on.
What lie do you keep telling yourself, Tim?
Well, honestly,
I can think of a few.
honestly, that one's tough. What lie do I keep telling myself?
Are you being serious or can I be funny?
Well,
That you need one more
that
no,
no, we've
sorry.
ground to a halt.
We've ground to a halt. No.
I won't get any fatter. Yeah. No, there's that. No, I think
that's a typical male thing.
No, I think that Debbie has nailed
I think
this,
that's a man thing,
which
mostly.
is I will
Isn't it?
change my life by doing exactly what I'm doing now. There you go. There's the lie. And pick your thing. Whether it's quitting smoking, quitting drinking, quitting, going to the gym more, whatever. It's like, I'm going to lose weight this year by eating the same shit I ate last year. There you go. There's the lie. I'm going to, this year it'll be different. I'll buy 7/5 of vodka and not drink any of them for 4 months. There's the lie. I'll sleep into 9:30 every day and get to the gym by 6. That is the lie. That is it. I think that encompasses most people. Like, we really think that we'll change our lives by not changing.
Well, for me, it's the opposite. It's because it's all about control freak stuff. If I just get control of this, or if this just gets done, or if I just change the paint color of my house, I'll be happy. Or if I just get my hip fixed finally after the last 12 months of pain, then I will become that 60-year-old bodybuilder competitor.
No,
it's always, if I just get to this stage, then everything will be better.
Or the classic, right? If I get that, thing, car, marriage, house, job, then I'll be happy. No, you'll be happy now, and you might be happier when you achieve a goal, but then you'll have to find another goal to continue that. And that, that's it, right? Like, why in the world is the 10th commandment, thou shalt not covet? Because coveting completely consumes your life.
Oh, it sure does.
And robs all of your joy. And we've built an entire economy in the West around coveting, right? Well, when I get the next wife that has the really hot ass, then I'll be, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Why? Because she's fat? No, because she's pretty. That's in the frickin' Bible, because God understands how we think. And yes, it's Mrs. Stauffer's tits. I get it.
You were coveting those?
At 5? Who wasn't? But seriously, we have literally...
Now, Christmas, gosh, makes it really hard, right? All this stuff we give.
No,
presents,
but that's exactly...
Our gift list.
I saw, I don't know if it was SNL. I don't know who did it. And it was, what if Lexus ads were real, right? And so the guy buys his wife the Lexus and has the keys in the little, container, and she goes outside, and then she loses her mind. You bought this without telling me. It's a major purchase. And then the neighbor comes over and talks about how he had to loan the guy money because he hasn't worked, and he's an alcoholic, and his wife's cheating on him. And I'm like, exactly why covetousness does not work.
Oh my God.
Because you're buying things with somebody else's money that you can't afford. As Stompin' Tom Connors.
Not always. You could
No,
be
not
the
always.
richest person. It's like, oh yeah, gotta have that. I gotta have that. I'm a b-ball player. I can afford it. I gotta have that because they got it. And then you get into
But do you
trouble.
remember Stompin' Tom Connors?
Oh,
Holy shit, I've had too much to drink. Stompin' Tom Connors from Canada, his song. Yes, we are the people running in the race.
Buying up the market
in the old marketplace. There's always a sale on something. We'll buy it while it's hot and spend a lot of money spending money we don't got.
I think we should have put that in the newsletter music quote for the week.
That song's so old, we probably have rights to it by now. But it's like
Anyway.
it's true. Like, spend a lot of money. I mean, that song.
Okay, well now you're just depressing me. Christmas is over. I'm
that
paying
song
the
was
bill,
on
so
on a TV show called Marketplace in like the early to mid 70s. Spend a lot of money spending money we don't got. Holy cow, that problem's got a lot worse.
well, on that note,
let's go to
let's try to cheer ourselves
truth
up.
or bullshit. We have 4 stories that we're going to tell you
Oh, but I have one
from
too.
the news. Maybe 5 stories, and you have to pick which one is true or which ones are true. Only one is bullshit. Only one story. So here we go. Let me see. Let's do. There you go.
Oh,
Woman arrested
for shitting on boss's desk after she won the lottery.
There's story number 1. Story number 2. Young man forced to post a photo of his passport on Facebook to prove his real name is not Phuk.
Dat
Fook,
biche.
or some other way you could say.
Fook dat biche.
Or you know what, that bitch. After his account is banned. I can't read it because of the camera.
3 times?
3 times on Facebook. So Fook dat biche, or let your imaginations run wild.
Daily humor meme.
Canada.
Oh my gosh.
Free tampons made available in all men's restrooms in Parliament, the Parliament of Canada. Yes, a G20 nation under Trudeau's new policy. Yes, no, he's not Pierre. He's Pierre's son. Yes, Justin, just because you're a pussy doesn't mean you need tampons.
Okay.
There's 2 definitions of that word.
And the next one is, these 4 social media influencers were swept up in a moment of I can't read it. Wow.
Well,
way to ruin the moment.
They're fat influencers who were all morbidly obese, and they all tragically died under the age of 45.
That sounds horrible. Tragically died from what? Does it say? Oh, they were swept up in a movement. Is it to show that they were in perfect health, even though they're obese?
Yes, that being morbidly obese
is healthy.
Yes.
And then they tragically died.
At the age of,
Doesn't say what they died from. Okay, so is that truth or which one? You can vote. So let's let people vote on the real versus the faux story.
I know
Fact
which one.
Faux.
I know which one sounds the most fake.
Well, while they're voting and thinking about it, I'm going to give you all a news story that I have here, if I can bring it up. Of course, it's gonna not pop up. Crap! I'm really disappointed with my my social media connections.
Technical.
So Gypsy Rose, I think it's Shepherd, is now getting out of prison after being in there. She's 30, in her 30s. I think she was convicted in 2016 for second-degree manslaughter against her mother, and confessed that she killed her, put to prison because her mother used her in a Munchausen by proxy situation, which is, there's another term for it that I wasn't familiar with. And
it's Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who married her mother.
She married her mother?
Murdered.
You said married. Let's pass that over to me, dear.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
I actually can run the electronic things to find information.
Well, anyway.
Strangely, my thumbs actually work.
Her mother would actually make her sit in a wheelchair, pretend to be ill. She would take her to emergency rooms. She would have her pretend to be sick and do all kinds of things in order to get financial aid via GoFundMe posts and donations. And apparently she's now being released. She says that she is sorry for killing her mother. The thing that she hopes to do as soon as she gets out is to meet Taylor Swift, since she has tickets to a football game. And she's going to write a novel about her story, as well as there's already been a couple of TV shows.
Taylor Swift, I'll give you a hint. Don't meet with her.
Anyways.
Not good. Not good.
So, yeah, she's getting out. I didn't even actually, I kind of remember that story. That one's a true story. But if you followed that, or if you've watched any of the series, then yeah. So that's the latest news. Moving along. Oh, what
Okay.
about her boyfriend that actually did the killing? You know what? Amber, you know more about this. I have no idea. Didn't say that he was getting out. He's probably going to be in there a lot longer. I guess he won't get to meet Taylor Swift, will he? Not at this game. Maybe Taylor will be at another football game. All right, Tim, it's your turn. Why don't you let us know? Share one of the stories that's true.
Yes, Jeannie, the fat people actually died.
Well, they did die, all 4 of them, of probably complications of obesity. Does it say what they died from, or is it just?
Well, no, and that's kind of the bullshittery part, right? Because people have jacked up lives, they become influencers, they have other problems, and then they kill themselves and they whatever. So part of that is, if a couple of them, they tell you it's like, they died in their sleep, they died of obvious heart
could have been
attack
sleep apnea,
or sleep apnea.
complications of diabetes,
right? All that is
a heart attack, a
yeah,
stroke.
correct, and all that is a complication of obesity. But I mean, part of it is kind of, the interesting thing is they're all social media influencers in this kind of body positivity world.
That it was healthy to be obese.
Which means it is a pretty select group of people. It's not like you're just poking fun at 4 random obese people, which would be really easy to have 4 obese people in the United States die when you have almost a 70% obesity rate. But it wasn't. It was they were actually had platforms. So,
and it would be like being out there smoking cigarettes and saying smoking's not risky. It's okay.
Well, smoking is not risky until you do it for 20 or 30 years, and then it's wildly risky.
You know what?
That's the problem.
You know my point.
Right? No, but that's the problem.
Same with obesity.
No, it's just like anybody that says anything about this in the rapid rise of the injections that we've had in the last several years.
Oh, yes.
And you go, well, there's no evidence. Well, did you study it? It doesn't matter. Some of this evidence takes 30 years to accumulate.
I thought you meant the Ozempic injections.
Well, that is also an injection that may actually be more harm than good.
Yeah.
And that's why this idea that it goes back to, what's the lie you tell yourself? The lie you tell yourself is this. And this is, I believe, not just common to me, but to most people. I'm going to change my life this year by doing the exact same shit I did last year. No, you're not. You're just going to progress down whatever you're doing. So if you're eating too much, you're going to gain more weight. If you're drinking too much, you're going to do more destruction to your entire body. If you're not exercising, you're going to get, less muscle and less fitness. Like it's common sense. If you want your life to be different than it is now, you have to do something different than what you're doing now. But that's not the case, right? No, I want Ozempic. I want an injection that allows me to be less hungry so I can, curb, like, whatever. I get it. And I'm not saying that it may not be a useful tool for a short period of time, but it's not a solution to a problem.
All right. I want to know what people are voting for. There's 3 left. So, do you think it was the woman who shit on the desk, the guy with the really bad name that had to show his passport on social media? That made no sense to me. Or the other, gosh, I totally forgot the first one now. Or the second one. Help us out here, Tim.
Let me see.
Oh, Justin Trudeau. I totally spaced that one. The tampons in the genderless bathroom. Is that what it is?
Well, all bathrooms are now genderless.
There you go.
And Justin Trudeau has put
I'm
It's
gonna.
like, and
Well,
like it's so
I want to guess, but unfortunately, I know the real answer, so I can't even participate. And we have
okay. So here we
no
go.
other votes. Read us another true one. Read us another true one. So will come down
Yes,
to
of course, Justin Trudeau, the world's biggest pussy, decided to put tampons in men's bathrooms.
yes, because they have litter boxes in high school bathrooms now for the people that identify as cats. So, I mean, why wouldn't you expect that? All right. There's two left. All right. So
So
we have two
Desiree
votes,
says the ID post,
and so does Amber.
and
Amber's,
I think the ID post is the most amazing bullshit story in the entire world. But you would be wrong. There is actually a guy named, you know what, that bitch. The bullshit story is the story of somebody shitting on their boss's desk. It's so bullshit that not only is it a woman, but they've also transliterated the story into a man.
What do you mean?
Yes.
That made no sense. What do you mean? Is
so,
it a woman?
So this story
it said it was a woman.
It said it was a woman, but then they actually made it a story about a woman, and then they made it a story about a man.
Oh.
It's been bullshitted on both genders because there's only two, so they did both.
I don't know. To me, that sounds very plausible.
It does,
and
that's
probably
why
happened.
That's why it's so brilliantly a lie.
So where
because
did you
it's
see
not,
this on the Onion or something?
No, it was posted all over the place, and then for years.
Oh,
but if you read the transcript, it's absolutely amazing.
Knowing how you like to find poo stories like airplanes and bosses.
You got to listen to this.
All right.
Joel Fine, 32, was arrested on Friday evening after police say that he went into his place of employment and defecated on the desk of his boss, Mark Carson, at Excess Communications. There's no place named Excess Communications, a telecommunications company. Fine won a $6.7 million lottery jackpot on Wednesday evening and said that he waited until Friday to visit his employer because he had a present for his former boss. I worked at Excess for nearly 5 years, and that son of a bitch rode my ass every single day, all day, with never a single solitary thank you or any expression of gratitude of a job well done, said Fine. The guy went through the same training program as me and moved up only because his uncle was the former manager, and when he quit, nepotism reared its ugly head. Wow. Fine says that he couldn't believe it when he won the lottery, but almost as good as being able to never work again was knowing that he could be able to finally afford the present he always wanted to give to Carson. Okay. I walked into my office on Friday, even though I wasn't supposed to be there that day, and I couldn't believe my eyes, said Carson. Joel was crouched on top of my desk, pants around his ankles, and he was reading the newspaper. A big steamy pile of shit was all over my monthly reports. When he saw me, he just smiled and told me, "Kiss my ass." Yes, that one is bullshit, but it's so delightfully amazing. I wish it was true, but it's not.
Goals.
Life goals. But honestly, like, of all the places we've worked, would you ever want to degrade yourself to that level? And I think about it, and I think of where we've worked and who we've worked for. And the obvious answer is, of course. Not all the places. I can think of one, and I can think of a very specific desk on which a steaming triple coiler would be an ample goodbye.
And with that,
I think we're done.
We can wrap that up in a brown paper bag and ship it off in the mail, maybe.
Yes.
Ew. Wow. What a thought. Anyway, you left me speechless.
That's my goal.
Tomorrow's episode is our wrap up end of the season favorites extravaganza. We are not like Oprah and giving away prizes.
No, not everyone gets.
It's not the Christmas giveaway, but it is our favorite episodes, and you can tune in to listen to what you should listen to, what we really like this year, as well as your favorites ranked by the downloads There's some surprises in there, and our all-time favorite over the past 3 years. But like we say on the podcast tomorrow, I can't believe it's been 3 years. I can't believe it is like the last Doctales of the year.
No, I know.
And next week, we will do one more episode at this time, and then we will be bringing you a new time
We're going to be moving back an hour
or two.
because 9 o'clock
It's
is
just too late for me.
way too late. Especially if you're drinking. It just jacks up your
Yeah.
sleep.
Well, and I'm usually tired by 8:30, and I want to be like on point for people so that I don't look like I've
I know.
fallen asleep on camera.
Like, have you this time change? It like we've lived here for almost 3 months, and you sit there and you go, still kind of 50-50, right? Like I come home from work. I work 12-hour shifts. I come home from work. I'm home at 9 o'clock. It's not even end of the first quarter of the football game. It's like, I got to watch the rest of the game.
Wrong.
All of a sudden, it's like freaking midnight. I got to work the next day.
I know. It's very.
It's just like the East. Like I love the East Coast. There's nothing wrong with it.
But the world revolves around the
East Coast. It does.
Well, not with sports.
It does. No, 8 o'clock is 5 o'clock to start Monday Night Football. That should be illegal. I mean, it's insane.
Anyway, everybody wants to know the name of the pile.
Okay,
your shit is upon.
If you guys want to donate exactly $20,000, which is what it would take for me to divulge exactly whose desk I would take a dump on, start donating. Otherwise,
let's create that GoFundMe page.
Yes.
And that might need to be doubled because
yeah,
for obvious reasons. Uno, dos.
But can you imagine how much fun that would be? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking.
Anyway, let's wrap this up.
We have to wrap this out or it's going to get like unbelievably expensive, unbelievably quickly. So yes, this was great. Thank you for joining us. This will be repurposed as a podcast and probably not edited, but we don't know.
Check out the Truth Serum, sign up, and
I love what Steve Thorpe said, which was it's actually a steaming triple coiler. And you understand that because you are a hunter and you have taken a dump in the woods in the middle of winter. And if it's satisfying, it's a triple coiler and it is absolutely steaming.
Okay, that's just too much.
It's not too much. It's a natural thing. You should embrace that. It's your microbiome saving your freaking life.
Let's keep it inside where it belongs then.
Well, it doesn't belong there for very long.
I know all things must come and go.
Like,
and so must this show.
How can we take things? How can we take things so completely normal and literally turn it into Thelma and Louise and drive it off of a cliff so quickly?
Because you're in the driver's seat.
Apparently.
Right.
So who
can I get an amen to that?
Who drove the Thelma and Louise car? Was it Gina Davis or was it
I think it was Gina Davis. I just don't know.
Let's look it up and then
let's let someone tell us so we can get this car flying through the air. I watched that show. I watched a few documentaries about the making of that show. And I just can't remember. And you know what? I think we'll have to save it for next time. We'll put it in our truth bomb. We'll put it. You found it. And who drove the car off the cliff? You'll just have to wait.
Who drove the cliff off the cliff? With no other option to keep going.
We're going to have to cut tape on this.
Yes, we are. Was it Susan Sarandon?
Or Gina Davis?
Or was it Gina Davis?
I said Gina Davis.
Well, we'll save that for next time.
Oh my gosh. All that.
Well, we saved it for next time and then Karen screwed it up.
Delay tape. And now, we're going to have Nathan Davis edit off the last.
No. It's good.
55 seconds.
It's all good. It's all good. We're only 39 minutes. Yeah, it's Gina Davis. I am the Gina Davis to your Susan Sarandon.
You just okay. You can't keep a secret either. You were going to save it for next week, and now you
Well, no,
blabbed
I
it.
can't save anything.
You can't.
I did save myself for marriage, though.
All right, everybody. I am pulling the plug on this. Good night. Goodbye. We'll see you next time.